Look at how close I have to get to this car. See? For the key to work. This is ridiculous. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're not in the STI. Today we are in the Lexus IS350. This video is going to be more about if you're looking into getting an IS350. What is it like? You know, the good, the bad, and I would say the ugly, but I mean, it's actually a pretty good looking car. First, this car is filthy, so I'm going to clean this first. The car is clean now. This is a 2022 Lexus IS350 F Sport. Now, yes, F Sport. You might think, oh man, I got the you know, the sporty one, whatever, the cool one. No, every IS350 is an F Sport. That's something I think they recently started doing. So all IS350s are going to be F Sports. There's nothing special about it anymore. Anyway, we're gonna do a quick little walk around the car so you guys can see what it looks like, and then we'll be taking it out for a drive. Well, this is what the car looks like. Now, one thing to know, one of the things getting into it is it's a low car. Like, it doesn't look, it might not look that low in camera, but when you're getting in and out of one of these, you'll feel it. You'll feel the hike. Overall, quite a good looking car. I mean, I know when the refresh came out, people were complaining that they didn't do much to it, but I honestly really like the way it looks. And for sure, the headlights. I personally believe the headlights from the previous generation, before they did the refresh, I thought they were hideous. And these, they did a really good job with the new ones. Even the taillights, I like how it wraps. It goes from here and wraps around to the other. I mean, it's not really all that special anymore, because like it seems like a ton of cars are doing that now, but it looks really good. It looks really good. All right, now let's go for the drive. This does have a muffler delete on it. If you guys want to see an exhaust video on this car and see how it sounds like, leave a comment down below, let me know. All right, so we're gonna go. I have to get out of this parking lot first. I'm at the mall. All right, I think right now there's like 6 levels to go down, so I'm going to skip ahead just for you guys. You don't have to watch this whole thing. Starting, there we go. Now we're off. Ooh, I'm gonna make this light. This isn't gonna be one of those reviews that I go into detail of all the little gimmicks and all the little features that this car has. No, this is basically just an overview, just so like for whoever is deciding to buy one of these, so they can understand what are they really getting into. It sounds good. Not really all that fast, but you know, nowadays, I mean, well, maybe 20 years ago this would have been considered really fast, but nowadays we have this issue with these cars. Like these cars are making so much power nowadays. Like we're seeing numbers like 600, 700, 800 horsepower cars that are coming out, and it's like you kind of that sounds good. You kind of lose grip of like reality. It's like how much power that really is. Like this car comes with 300 horsepower, which is like 300 or 305 or somewhere around there. And in my opinion, I think that's a pretty decent amount of power. You really don't need more than that for your regular day-to-day driving, you know? That's plenty of power to get up and go. If you want to, you know, like you want to jump into traffic, you're not going to be like slamming the gas to try to keep up with the cars to match their speed getting into the highway. Like you're not going to have a problem with that. This car gets up and goes pretty good, pretty quickly. One pro for this car is it's very comfortable. Yes, I said earlier that it's low to the ground. Getting in and out of it, you're gonna feel it after a while, especially getting out of it. But you sit really low, but these seats are so comfortable. You will not have any issues with the seats itself. You're gonna find yourself wanting to sit inside of this car. I also completely forgot to mention this. I'm just gonna add this in there somewhere. You know when you drop something on the side of your seat, like when something falls out of your pocket, you're like, oh my god, now I gotta come down here and gotta dig down between the seats. This car does not have that issue. There's a little foldy thing here that saved me so many times. My phone falls out of my pocket, or my keys or something, it falls and gets stuck right there. It doesn't allow it to go into the seat. That is awesome. One of the other things that I mentioned earlier was that when the refresh came out, it was kind of like lackluster to people, you know, like people really didn't care for it all that much, because they still kept the same V6 3.5 liter and the same 6-speed automatic transmission for the all-wheel drive model, which that's what this one is. This is the all-wheel drive model. Now they also have a rear-wheel drive only, which has the 8-speed transmission in it. But you know, like some people were upset about that. They're like, oh, how come you guys are still stuck with this motor and still using the same transmission? Like, I find that as one of the positives, because I mean, most people, they see it as outdated, which, okay, like maybe you can argue that, but when you see outdated, I see reliable. I see something that's been proven, you know, proven reliability. Well, the everyday person's not going to care about how many gears are in the transmission. So yeah, so I think it's actually a pretty good thing that you have a motor that they've been using for a very long time and a transmission that they've been using for a very long time. This combination is pretty much bulletproof. You know, Toyota know what they're doing with this. Yeah, that's definitely a positive for me. Now, for some people, you might find it as a negative. Okay, well, that's more power to you. For a luxury car, this does not have the auto start-stop feature. There is no auto start-stop. So that's I mean, for me, that's not really a positive nor a negative. I could live without it. I couldn't care less for it. But some people might find it as a negative, you know, that they don't have that feature, the little gas-saving feature. But this is also just the sport model, so it's maybe they left it out because people that are looking into a sporty car probably don't care about the gas mileage, which makes sense. A lot of these new cars, they have fake engine noises that are pumped into the speaker, so you can hear the motor. Okay, this car, sadly, it also has it. Okay, now maybe you want to hear the engine noise, that's fine, but I don't care for it. In this car, they actually have a little button on the side, which I can't show you. Well, it's down here. It says ASC. I think it was acoustic sound control. I think that's what they said. It was acoustic sound control, or something like that. And it basically is that's what controls your fake engine noises. So when I first got the car, it was turned on, and I was like, man, this car sounds really good from the factory. And then after like the guy at the dealership told me, he was like, oh yeah, you just push that button down and all that noise is gone. And he was right. Yeah, most of that was gone. It was just fake pumped in engine noise. So at least what's nice is they at least give you a button to turn it off if you don't like that. There we go. I don't know if the GoPro is catching that, but the muffler delete in this car sounds really good. I'm usually not for muffler deletes for most cars, and we all know which cars I'm talking about. But in this one, it sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty good. But yeah, let me know if you guys want to see a video of just the exhaust on this one. Let me know. Drop a comment down below. This does have a manual shift option. Now, of course, it's not going to be like an actual manual car, obviously, but I already put it over into manual mode. It does have the paddle shifters, which we'll see. You can hear the I don't know if you can hear, guys. If you guys can hear the exhaust. The shift delay isn't too bad. I mean, it has a little bit of a delay, but it's not instant, but it's not too bad. Now for the negatives, okay? This car is not a family car. If you guys are looking into either an IS300 or an IS350, these cars are very small in the inside. This is not family friendly. I'm only 5'9". At my height, with the seat position for my height, there's barely leg room for the people behind me. It's very small in the back. The back doors do not have cup holders. It doesn't have not cup holders. It doesn't have a little cubby, little door pockets on the back, which is kind of weird. I'm used to seeing door pockets like in most cars. It does have cup holders in the middle of the seat, which is nice. But well, you have to fold the armrest down for you to get the cup holders. Like if you guys have a family, this is probably not going to be a good fit. This is more of a single person's car, or maybe a couple, but not a couple with kids. It's going to be a little uncomfortable. Yeah, overall, like the car is pretty big on the outside, but it's actually really small on the inside. A negative for most people, and a positive for some people, is that this car has a staggered wheel setup. Okay, so the fronts are 19 by 8.5. The rears are 19 by 9.5. You can't do a tire rotation on this car, so you can go from left to the right, but you can't do a front to the back like how you're supposed to in on your vehicle. Yeah, that truck's in a hurry. There we go. Yeah, so another thing you need to know before getting into this car is the tires, they will not last as long as any other like normal car. Okay, they don't have the 40 or 50,000 mile, life like the other cars have. There's like a little warning that they give you that it says that you're probably going to get 15,000 miles out of these before you have to change them out, which is kind of sucking. Now, I'm hoping this is just my experience and not everyone else's experience, but the key for this car sucks. The distance, I don't know, for some reason it doesn't, like the key fob doesn't work after you're like what, maybe 20 yards away from the car. So I'll clip in a video of how close I have to actually be for the key fob to actually work, and it's absolutely insane. I think for a luxury car, that's one thing that I would expect, that I would at least have a key fob that works at a good distance, because that really sucks. Here we go. There's my car. Nothing. 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 Nope. Right here. It worked right here. Look at how close I have to get to this car. See? For the key to work. This is ridiculous. Now, when it comes to the sound system, I'd say the sound system is very, meh. Like it's not really anything special. It doesn't have much bass. Now, to be fair, I do not have the Mark Levinson sound system upgrade like that does come with this car. This car does not have that, so I can't speak on that. So that might actually be really good, and I couldn't tell you whether it is or not, it isn't. Now, this car does have the lane keep assist. It has the assisted cruise control, you know, with the distancing between cars and all that. It has all that special stuff. But I have it all turned off because me personally, I like to be more in control of the vehicle. I really don't care for the vehicle giving me all this assistance. But I mean, I can imagine like anybody who's like on a really long road trip, you know, that would be nice, a little bit of assistance while you're driving, especially if you have a long way ahead of you. So that's not bad. That's pretty much it for the video. Before I finish it off, I'm just gonna show you real quick some little gimmicks that this car does have. See, it has like a little touch light there, and when you press this button right here, this little squares button, you see that moves. Yeah. Have a good one. See you in the next video. Please like and comment. And please also subscribe to the channel. Thanks. I appreciate that very, very much.